Revenge of the Sis, Mike.
That was a good one.
Royce Lopez. I'm sorry, I got distracted. You ever heard of this Dave Weasel guy?
No, who's Dave Weasel?
All right, so Dave Weasel is a Twitter comedian. You ever see one of these?
Have you heard about this? Have you heard about this?
He's Kevin. It's like a Twitter comedian. He does open mics, and he's got a blue check mark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard about
it's one
that.
of these guys, he paid money to get a blue check mark, back when they were just handing them out all over the place.
4 G's of advertisement you had to buy to get the blue check mark early on, and then they raised the price. But if you bought a specific amount in advertisement, they guaranteed you a check mark.
Yeah, and then they took that away.
Yeah, can't do that anymore.
Bought them, and it was just retarded. But anyways, this guy that he's one of these guys. He's got 500,000 followers on Twitter.
Does he also follow 500,000 people?
No. But hear me out on this.
Okay.
He follows 50,000 people. But hear me out on this. So this guy, I've come across this guy before.
I'm sorry. Can you give me his name again so I can pull it up over here?
Dave Weasel.
Okay, go ahead.
I've come across this guy over the years. He's been on Twitter for as long as Twitter's been around. He's one of these guys that all day long follows hundreds of thousands of people and then unfollows them.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then he just hopes. So 500,000 followers, 400,000 of them are probably just lazy people who don't even use Twitter anymore or just never bothered to unfollow him again. He's one of these little guys. And he's also one of these guys, if you follow this dude, you immediately get one of those bot inbox messages.
Thanks for following.
Hey, man, thanks for following. Glad you're a fan of me, even though I'm fucking literally nobody.
So, oh God, he has the Hollywood thing behind him.
Of course he does.
So, what's he do? I've never heard of this man. If you would figure somebody has about,
he's a guy that's pretty much been an open micer forever, and he basically just has been gaming the Twitter system for years. So now he's got his blue check mark, and he's got 500,000. There's so many accounts on Twitter that are laughably, inflated. It's unbelievable to me that Twitter goes out of their way to ban people with organic followings, with organic reach, and they let accounts like these dead, propped up accounts.
Why can't I, if he's a comedian, because he's a comedian, right? Why is it if you have 500,000 subscribers, you would think that I can't find any of his stand-ups.
You'd be the cock of the walk.
No, but I'm serious. Look, I'm going to show you. I searched for Dave Weasel, and I searched specifically stand-up, right? I don't know. Is this him?
I guess. Yeah, because it's the same look, the Hollywood thing.
Well, then excuse me. Wait a second. I'm sorry. I just have a really simple question. You have 500,000 subscribers on Twitter, and you're verified, but you only have 309 subscribers on YouTube?
Well, first of all, it's 389.
I apologize.
Show some fucking respect.
Okay, you're right.
All right?
Right.
Secondly, as I said, certain people took to one social media site over others and just gamed the fuck out of it. Remember there were people that were really good at Facebook?
Yes.
They were really... Dane Cook got successful because MySpace was the only site back then. And he was the only one that figured it out before everybody. But yeah, this kid it's just Twitter. Twitter, he's a Twitter guy.
No, I get it. I understand that he's a Twitter guy, but how can you call... I wouldn't even be as mad as if under here it said... Twitter guy. But instead it says
comedy fan.
It says comedy fan. It says writer and what is
Where's your blue
written?
check mark?
I'm really sorry. Where
I'll tell you what you want to know what he's written?
Yeah.
A $4,000 check to Twitter to get a blue check mark.
All right, let's see. I'm pulling up his IMDb as we speak.
Let's pull it up. Let's see this. I want to see his body of work.
Okay, I'm pulling up his body of work. Here it is. Literally nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
I would rather see...
And this is him. Look, Oakland, California.
I would rather see the bodies of the Watts family in those oil drums.
So, but look, it's
he's doing
there's
good.
What has he written? No.
What have you written?
Now you got me really into this.
What
dude.
have you written?
I need to know. I need to know. A comedian. Oh, let's see. Oh,
I'm so glad we're finally covering Dave Weasel because he just followed me, and I was like, ugh.
From
this guy, man.
BuzzFeed News, a comedian is getting tons of Facebook shares for his fake news articles. The fake story about a woman dropping a deuce on her boss's desk after she won the lottery has been shared on Crazy on Facebook. Dave Weasel.
Oh my God, this guy writes these terrible. By the way, the people that share those kind of news articles are morons. Like, I would never want to accumulate 500,000 morons to follow me, right?
No. I'm fine with the 15,000 morons we have.
Like, well, that's not nice.
Oh, that's an off-air thing. Mike's been trying to teach me that there's on-air things and off-air things. That was one of those off-air things.
You're just saying more off-air things.
Fuck me. All right, sorry.
But yes, this is it's like the Owen Benjamin effect. It's like when you have so many people that are just so goddamn dumb.
Yeah.
That even if you have an army of them, it's got to be like your own self-created prison where everybody's just dumb.
Everyone's dumb,
Nobody
yeah.
criticizes each other. Nobody questions anything. And it's like, ugh, I'd never want to be in that community.
BuzzFeed News, I've been putting up with that guy's shit for years. It's time to put up with some of mine. The woman said, okay, the story is from Valley Report, a website that mostly publishes satirical articles. It occasionally puts out fake news stories like the one in order to drive traffic and revenue, according to its owner and comedian by the name of Dave Weasel.
By the way, if you saw an article written by a guy named Dave Weasel, wouldn't you have like a second look at it and go, I don't know if this is... no, nothing about this is adding up at all.
He looks like the Monsters in the Morning third micer.
He really does. He does look like, you always describe like the local guy in every town that wins the comedy contest.
That's him.
And he gets to be third mic.
That's him. He looks like someone who's really into Jesse Pinkman.
Dude, I was taking an Uber the other day, and the guy goes, oh, man, I love radio, man. I listen to them Monsters in the Morning, and I'm like, yeah, they're pretty good. You ever just like not want to have a conversation with somebody?
Course.
And they're like, oh, you do like radio podcasts. I listen to Monsters in the Morning, and I'm like, yeah, man, they're pretty good. You start looking at your phone, you're like, man, check my Coinbase.
So apparently,
guy.
Weasel, a Canadian living in Los Angeles, always a Canadian, said that the story is one of his site's biggest and hits since its launch in August. His initial plan for Valley News was public satirical articles that offer an element of social comment. So here's what he did.
So you want to do what everyone else is doing?
Yeah. So, but he made this site, and then I guess enough people started sharing him on Twitter. Why is somebody? Hold on. Why is somebody whose entire so he wants to be like the Onion apparently, but it's not the
like
Onion.
The shitty Onion.
Yeah,
like
but it's not the Onion.
You know what it is?
Here's why.
It's the Onion for poor people.
No, but the Onion is a site that specifically that's all they do, right? They do satirical news articles the entire time. Sites like this, the Daily Weasel, they do some satirical news articles, but
they mix it with like truthful articles,
right?
And you're like, what
and
are
you're
you
like,
doing?
exactly. So then you wait a second, and even the satirical articles they write, they go, news report says that Joey blah blah blah. Like, what's another one that you always see on Facebook? World History or World News Live,
World Weekly News.
There it is, some shit like that. Yeah. So his first fake story, blah 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 blah. So that's what he does. He writes fake stories. So this is how he's a writer. Look at his pictures. Tell me he's not the most punchable man in America.
He's up there.
Yeah, dude. I'm just look at this cool shot. I'm like,
by the way,
mysterious.
nobody is a Kings fan,
dude.
Nobody,
dude. You know who's the Kings fan? Dave Weasel.
You know who are the worst people? Like Philly. They always talk about Philly fans, or they talk about like North California sports fans are the trashiest fans in the world. Right, Oakland and Sacramento Kings and who are the
you guys don't
San
deserve
Francisco Giants. You
guys don't deserve teams.
Any kind of jerseys that you would have seen old school Tupac wearing, just the worst.
Don't wear those. Yeah. So yeah, that's a Dave. You know what makes me upset? Followers, so these people follow.
Kyle Kasher follows.
These
Dave
are people
Weasel.
that Don Stugatz, of course, he's dancing in his kitchen. I don't know who this is. Kyle Kashiv, Killjoy Productions.
That was my old thing.
I know, and you follow him.
Well, this is how I came to find Dave Weasel back in the day.
You're a big Dave Weasel fan,
I'm
are
a
you?
big Dave Weasel fan.
So what do you guys, Weasel heads?
We were working on a project together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah. Well, we were going to work on this website where we talk about people taking turds on people's desks. It was called turddesk.com.
Really?
Yeah.
And the problem is Facebook bought that up, and you couldn't. Now you can't do the site anymore. Yeah. Those are the worst. They do nothing. They do nothing.
It's people. You know what it is, man? There are so many people out there that are obsessed with creating a buzz, but they don't actually ever sit down and think like, okay, let's say tomorrow all of Hollywood comes a knocking at my door. You know what I mean? It's just fucking microphones and cameras in my face. What do I do next? Like, these people all want to be famous,
Right.
but they don't have any material. They don't have any like there's this thing where they go like Ricky Gervais is a good example, right? Of somebody that like they went, all right, boom, you're famous, and he went, okay, excellent, I've got 5 million ideas, and he's never stopped, right? Like Louis C.K., same thing. Minute he became famous, oh thank God, I've been working towards this for 20 years.
You're right.
I got a whole fucking hard drive full of ideas. I've been waiting for this. People like this are only interested in the fame part, the social media fame part. But God forbid if Dave Weasel ever got a holding deal by NBC, Dave, what would you have for them? Turds on desks? Is that what you'd have? Poop on desks?
I have this thing where we poop on the seats of the desk.
Ah, that's good.
It's not actually the actual desk.
Poop desks coming to USA Network.
Right after Beach Doctors.